Yeah, friends, in the earlier class we have seen that values of trigonometric ratios at different angles. Those angles are at 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees, and we have solved some problems on those based on those angles too. But if some problems are given like this, sine for 450 degrees, cos 420 degrees, tan 405 degrees, cot 765 degrees, cosecant 1110 degrees, then how to solve these kind of problems? So these kind of problems can be solved in this way. I will give some simple technique. See friends, see that this whenever this angle crosses 360 degrees, just subtract 360 out of it. So subtract 360 degrees. 450 minus 360 will be equal to 90. So angle will be equal to sine 90. So what is the angle? What is the value for sine 90? That is 1. Then what happens to cos 420? Again you subtract 360 out of it. So what will happen when you subtract 360? It will be 60. So the answer will be cos 60. Cos 60 is how much, friends? It is equal to 1 by 2. That is how simple way you can solve the problem. This is nothing but minus 360 you do, like you will be getting 45 degrees, so that it will become tan 45. What is tan 45, friends? It is again 1. Then again you go through the next thing. What is given? Just go through it. What is given for us? 765. So 765, friends, you subtract as many 360s as you can. So you subtract 360 first 360 and second 360. So total subtract 720. That means 2 360s you subtract at a time. 2 360. So what will happen? It will become cot. So 765 minus 720, it will become cot 45. So the answer is 1. So here also subtract as many 360s as you can. Here you can subtract 3 360s, that is nothing but 1080. So directly you subtract 3 360s, then your answer will be cosecant 30. So what is the answer of cosecant 30, friends? It is 2. So this is how you can solve the problems. When the angle exceeds more than 360 degrees, directly you subtract 360 so that it will give your answer. But if the angle is given like this, then what happens? If angle is given cos 300, it is not exceeding 360, but we don't know the value of cos 300, then how to solve? If the angle is given like this, what is 270 degrees, then how to solve this problem? These kind of problems can be solved in another way. Then what is that way? Just look into this next page, so that what is the way? Then these are the problems we are doing, values for higher angles. So this is how we can find, friends. So what is that? See, friends, a plane can be divided into 4 parts. This is this line is this line, and with this help of 2 lines, the plane is divided into 4 parts. This is the first line. In this line, on this line, the angle will be 0 degrees. And when you go from here to here, so when you go from here to here, then angle will increase. That the angle will become 90 degrees over here. And when you come from here to here, again the angle will increase. Angle is 180 degrees over here as compared to 0. And when you come here, it will become 270 degrees. Then angle will become 270 degrees. Again when you come here, it will become angle 360 degrees. This is how the angles will be, friends. So once you observe this, let us suppose this is an angle theta. So where is this theta? This is between 0 to 90 degrees. This is between 0 to 90 degrees, means more than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees. So I'll write it as less than 90 degrees, means it is 90 minus theta. So in this, what I say is this has been divided into 4 parts. So I say this is the first quadrant, we say quadrant, first quadrant, and this is second quadrant, and this third quadrant, and this fourth quadrant. In the first quadrant, the angle is between 0 to 90 degrees, that is means 90 minus theta. In the second quadrant, the angle is between 90 to 180 degrees. 92 means it is more than 90 degrees, so it is 90 plus theta, but it is less than 180 degrees, so it is 180 minus theta. As it is less than 180 degrees, 180 minus theta. In the same way, it is in the third quadrant. Third quadrant means it is 180 degrees to 270 degrees. So it is more than 270 degrees. So I'll write it as more than 180 degrees. So I'll write it as 180 plus theta. But it is less than 270 degrees. See, is less than 270 degrees. So it will become 270 minus theta. So it is more than 270 degrees. So I'll write it as 270 plus theta. And as it is less than 360 degrees, I can write it as 360 minus theta in the same way. So whatever you say, both are same, friends. So again it is here it is more than sorry, it is plus 270 plus theta, more than 270. So it is again 360 plus theta. So but clearly by this line we can say that 0 and 360 are equal. So it can be written as you can write it as 360 plus theta. So this is how, friends, the quadrilateral has been divided. So we are considering one angle. Let us say we want an angle about 210 degrees. 210 lies between 180 and 270. So it is in third quadrant. So 210 you can write it as, so whenever there is 210 you can write in two ways. That is 180 plus 30 you can represent, or you can represent as 270 minus 60. This is how you can write whenever it is been asked about 210 degrees. And if something is asked about 330 degrees, then what you do 330 degrees? 330 degrees means it will be between 270 and 360. 330 means it is in the fourth quadrant. If someone asks you about asks you to find 120 degrees, it will be between 90 and 180 degrees. If someone asks you to find about 450 degrees, it will be 360 to 90 degrees. Like more than 360 means again it comes like this. So that is how we need to find out the quadrants. We need to know that first quadrant is between 0 to 90, second quadrant is between 90 to 180, third is between 180 to 270, and fourth is between 270 to 360, friends. So what is the use this with the quadrants? What is the use means we can find whatever the angle is given. So in these quadrants, what is the important thing you need to remember is there is one logic, friends, we need to remember. So if any angle lies between this, any trigonometric ratio is between 0 to 90, it is always positive. So all the trigonometric ratios between 0 to 90 degrees means if sine 45, that is positive, sine 30 it is positive, sine 60 it is positive, sine 90 it is positive, tan 60 it is positive. In the same way, if you go to the second quadrant, here only two are positive, friend, that is sine and its reciprocal, we know that is nothing but cosecant. Only sine and cosecant are positive, friends. Sine and cosecant are positive. And if you come to the third quadrant, only tan and cot are positive. Tan theta, cot theta only will be positive, and here remaining only cos theta and secant theta are positive. Cos theta and secant theta. So from these things, if you want to remember, you can this is SI, you take this, and this you can take T, this is you can take C. So from this you can write it as all silver T cups. You remember this thing, all silver T cups means in the first quadrant all are positive, in the second quadrant only sine is positive, it's reciprocal, we know that 1 by sine it's nothing but cosecant, it is positive. In the third quadrant, T is positive means tan is positive, its reciprocal cot will be positive. Cups means C means cos, its reciprocal secant will be positive. This is how you remember. So with the help of this quadrants, we can solve, we can find whatever the angle is given, friends. How to solve the angle? We'll try to do some problems over here. So if something is given, like let us say if something is given sine 300, try to find sine 300. Then how to find sine 300, friends? It is in the third quadrant. The sine 300 means it is between 270 to 360. It is in fourth quadrant, friends. 270 to 360. This is 0, this is 90, this is 180, this is 270, this is 360. So it is in fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, either you can write like this, friends. Sine 360 minus, you can write it as 60 degrees. So 300 you can convert it as 360 minus 60. So whenever sine 360 minus 60, friends, it will become sine 60. It will become sine 60. But in the fourth quadrant, before writing this, in the fourth quadrant, what happens to sine? Is it positive or negative? In the fourth quadrant, what is positive, friends? Cups. Cups means cos and secant. Those are the only two things positive. But then sine, obviously it will be negative. So it is minus sine 60. So the answer will be minus sine 60 means root 3 by 2, friends. So the answer will be minus root 3 by 2. I'll take one more example to do the problem so that it will give you better understanding. Let us suppose someone will ask you to find about tan 150. Someone asks you to find about tan 150. See, friends, this is 0 degrees, this is 90 degrees, this is let us say this is 180 degrees. So we are